got another Tip Tuesday video for you guys today, and this is a drill that you guys can do at home that's relatively easy to set up, and really all it takes is a couple of low cards like this. I have 8 of them, so it's 2 or 3s, a couple 4s, 5s, and 6s. And with this is called front loading your deck, all right? And we want to do this for a few different reasons, which I'll talk about here in a second. But first off, take those 8 low cards, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So I have a running count of +8 if I were to throw these into the bottom of my discard tray. And we're gonna do this twice, so I'm gonna keep kind of a cut card here and just put it on top. You can maybe flip one over if you don't have a cut card or something. But anyway, we're gonna do this for a few different reasons. Why is it beneficial to front load your deck? One is that more deviations that occur in your favor occur at those higher true counts, all right? So since we're starting with 8 low cards here in the discard tray, that means that we have a running 8 divided by 2 decks left to be played. If we're playing some double deck, gives us a true count of +4. So for example, right away, if I got a couple 10s versus a dealer 6, I could split those, right? Some of those doubling downs on soft totals, splitting 10s, those are all deviations that are in your favor where you try to get more money out on the felt because they occur at those higher true counts. All right, now to kind of show that, we also need some money today, and that's the second benefit, is that you can also practice your bet spread at those higher counts. Sometimes when you're just playing through a deck that's completely shuffled, you'll hover right around, above and below 0. But when you start off with a +8, you should get to some of those higher counts. You can practice your bet spread for that as well. All right, so I have 500 in black here, and then that's be 1,000. Those are the same size. This is the same size, so that's 2,000 in black. I'm trying to get you 10,000, so I need 8 $1,000 chips, so that's 4. And these are the same size as well. So there's another 8, so that's $10,000. Nice rounded number that we can count up here at the end. These are already in the discard tray, those 8 cards. So I'm going to shuffle these together. By the way, do you guys know that there's such a thing called a Pharaoh shuffle? You probably already knew this, but you take half your deck, and if you kind of put them together, it sort of interlocks. Look at that, about every other card, almost perfectly. And then you can shuffle them together like that. So again, nice, perfect shuffle. Do that maybe one more time so you know I'm not cheating here. And then we will get to counting. But I think that's cool. I like cards and stuff in general besides just blackjack. And if I can impart some random knowledge on you, maybe that's worth something. I don't know. Maybe it's worth your like down below. If you skip this part, that's fine too. But okay, here, let's go to... we'll give it some cuts as well. Let's go to playing, and we're going to cut off right around half of a deck or so, about there. And we're going to play through the rest of this. Now, remember, what's my count at right now? Well, my count is currently at a true +4 because I have 8 in there. And I'm going to use my bet spread. I use this one with green sometimes. We're just going to do with blacks today, where we have, this is going to represent like a true count of +1, 1 black in 2 spots. This would represent a true count of +2, all the way up to a true count of +5 would be 5 blacks in 2 spots. If it ever falls below a true count of 1, we're just going to be betting one $100 chip in 1 spot there. But for right now, since it's starting at a true count of +4, I need 4 blacks in both those spots like this. Right, and I have a running 8, so let's see if we can count this together. And then the second time we play, we're going to let you maybe count on your own. So nice blackjack there. First off though, before we can celebrate that, what's our count? It was at 8, so still 8, and then 7, 6. And you need $600, all right? So we'll do that. So it counts at 6. That's gonna be a hit. Ooh, too many. Back to 5. It's dropping right away here, and then 4. Oh man, so 4 divided by 2. Now we're down to a true 2, just like that. Okay, counts at 4, running 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Let's see, there is a deviation for this hand at a true count of +4 or higher is when I would double down. So because I have a 6 divided by 2 is 3, so this is just gonna be a normal hit. No blackjack, by the way. Right, so now 7, now we're going to hit this, and 8, now you can stand on that. This one is going to be a double down. 9, 10, and 9. So I have a running 9, pay you out here. 9 divided by, let's see when these are in the discard tray, if we have enough yet. I would say that's not quite a half deck yet that has been played, so I'm still dividing by 2. And 9 divided by 2, I have to go down to the next multiple of 2, which is 8. And so 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I have a true 4. I have a running 9 though. Still 9, another blackjack. 8, 7, and back to 8. All right, this is gonna be another 600. Nice. Okay, so I have a count of 8 right now. This one has a deviation. Normally we would hit this, but at a +2 or higher true count, we would stand. And since I have 8 divided by 2 left, that's a 4. So we are going to stand on this. All right, so I have a running 8, still 8, uh-oh. Ooh, and 7. Okay, 7 divided by, now I'd say there is maybe a half deck that has been played. So 7 divided by, not half, but by 1.5. Well, again, my multiples of 1.5 are 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5. And so because 7 isn't quite to that 7.5, I have to go down to the next one, which is 6. And 6 divided by 1.5 is 4. So I'm betting 4 here. Now, I always got to go back to my running count, which is 7. All right, so it's really easy sometimes to mix those up as you have a lot of numbers going on in your head. So that's 7, 8, 9, and back to 8. Ooh, and 7, they had blackjack. Okay, so same thing as before. 7 divided by 1.5 is 4. True count of 4. Have a running 7. 6, 5, 6, 7, 6. No blackjack this time. Stand on that. That's a hit. 5, stand. And 4. So that one lost. That one's a push. Not doing too well here. We have a running 4. All right, 4 divided by 1.5 is going to be 2. All right, we need a 4.5 to increase that one a little bit. So we had 4, 3, still 3, and 2. No blackjack this time. That's a stand. This is also a stand because it's a positive running count. That's the deviation for 16 verse 10. So count was at 2, now it's at 3, and 2 again. All right, counts at 2. 2 divided by, I'd say there's 1 deck left that hasn't been played. And you can also look at the discard tray for that. Definitely a deck in there. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. 3, 4, 5, neutral card here. All right, counts at 5. Are we going to split those? No, this is going to be a hit. 6, still a hit. 7, my goodness. Still a hit. And 21, oh my goodness, that's awesome. All right, counts at 7. Let's see here, this is also a hit. 6, not as lucky that time. All right, counts at 6 and 17. So we got our $200 back. All right, 6 divided by 1 deck left is 6. However, I'm not going to bet 6 blacks because my max bet is 5. So I do have to drop down to that max, but I do have a running 6. All right, 7, 8, still 8, back to 7. No blackjack. Now 7, this one, I think we had this one earlier. We can double down now because if I have a running 7, then that's, I think we need a +4 or higher true count. And since there's just less than 1 deck, 7 divided by 1 is still 7. So we're gonna double this down. 6, have a running 6 here. This one's just a hit. 5, all right, now you gotta think about this. A 15 versus a dealer's 10, that's gonna stand at any true count that's +4 or higher. So we are there, so we're gonna stand on this, all right? If surrender would be available, you could do it with the first 2 cards, but surrender is not available at this table. So we have a running 5. Ooh, and still 5. So unfortunately you lost that one. However, this one was a winner. Oops. There we go. All right, still going to be a 5. 5 divided by 1. Nice easy one here. It's our max bet of 5 black chips from 2 spots. So was that 5? Still 5. 6, 7, and back to 6. No blackjack. Stand. Double. 7. Ooh, and still 7. So I think you lost both those. All right. Count is at 7. And it looks like we got maybe one more here. Still going to be max betting because 7 is bigger than 5 with one deck left. 8, 7, and 6. All right, here's a good one because we can take insurance. All right, counts at 6. We're definitely going to take insurance. In fact, I think I'm running out, so I need to get some blacks here. Trade in a $1,000 chip for 10 blacks. All right, I have a count of 6, so I need to take half. In fact, you know what? Let's do it the right way. Trade that in as well. I need to take half of this bet, so if this is 500, we need 250 for both because we're taking insurance on both those hands because the true count is above a 2.5 in double deck. All right, let's see here. We have a running count of 6, and yes, there is blackjack. So back to 5, and that's the last hand. Now, what happens with insurance, I'm glad I can show you this because we're gonna lose this bet, but this pays 2 to 1, and if this is 250, well, this is 500, so that is doubling this. So I don't have the exact piles, but you get the idea here. It pays 2 to 1, and so with this, in other words, it's just going to be a push. All right, I have us at a running plus 5. Let's see if we are correct or not with our count, and then we will do one more where you're going to be counting out loud. All right, so I have 5. This should get us back to 0. 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, and 0. All right, so that was correct. All right, we're going to do this one more time. Again, I have those 8 cards that are in the beginning. Right there. All right, just make sure still there. We'll keep those here, and then in this next one, I'm going to throw in those casino type sounds from my Thursday videos, which, by the way, if you have never seen those, I'm currently making a kind of a $15,000 bankroll challenge where we're going through and counting. I think I have 10 weeks to see if we can play some double deck and win a little bit without stacking the deck like I'm doing here. All right, and just playing some normal double deck and with a pretty significant bet spread. All right, not quite as significant as this, I guess, but still a pretty big bet spread. Okay, oh, I didn't do my special shuffle. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna cut off half a deck like before. And again, this time we'll be throwing in those casino type sounds. We are starting again at a true count of plus 8. Or sorry, a running count of plus 8, so true plus, cash that in, a true plus 4. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. All right, so my running count currently is plus 8. Keep that in mind. You're going to be counting this one. Ready, get set, and go. All right, let's see here if you were correct or not with your counts. And then we will count this up and see what you got. I might have been off by one. I had 4, but it might have been 3. So let's see here. See what this get us. Whatever I got should be opposite. So we have D1, D2, D1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D6, D5, and oh, I might have been off the other way. All right, so, oops, I was off by 1. I had D4, so it should have been, or I had +4, it should have been +5. So my fault there, it might have been slightly off on the bets, but hopefully you were able to count that. Anyway, let's see if we won or lost anything. I think I did at one point have to tap into the $1,000, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000. And these, we'll put them in groups of 5. So this would have been 8,000, 9,000, and looks like 9,350. So we ended up losing about 650 there, but again, anything can happen within any shoe, even if you start out with a really positive count. Hopefully this gave you some practice as to what it's like to front load your deck as you're practicing there at home. Hey, one thing that I've been getting some questions about here recently is the chips that I use. So I want to just kind of take the last 30 seconds to talk about this. These are Monte Carlo chips, and I actually got them from Casino Supply. If you want a discount on these, I have a 10% discount code. And so if you're, spending $100 on a nice set of chips, right, for your table or something at home, if you want to save $10, you can use my discount code A1BJ. All right, that gets you 10% off, and it's a good way to support me as well as I also get 10%. So anyway, if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. And until next Tuesday, this is A1 Blackjack.